First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some room to roam now. It's a gain of 35. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
46 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, Jacobs. Down right around the 25. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Now Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Jacobs again. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll run with Jacobs. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. It's awfully tempting to go for this, isn't it?
It certainly is, and there's a big part of me that says let's go ahead and do it because they've got momentum. It's been a nice drive to start the game, but from this distance, the odds aren't with them at all. Take the 3 points, feel good about that, come back, get the touchdown on your next drive.
Yeah, and you're on the road, so snag the lead while you can. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. A give running right, ETN. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. Clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. On second and 9, Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
On the stick.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
For football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, he rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. And that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw, it's Carr. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On the return, here's Agnew. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Jaguars at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the 2nd quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Carr. Open man, that's Renfrow. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The final shot here before half for Carr. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
He'll get that underneath ETN. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Now Lawrence on first down. ETN bringing in another one.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
A give to ETN running right. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
And they'll go again with ETN.
And he's got room. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.